shop day today. We're gonna install a thumb on this giant 380 hoe. We got a big season coming up, and we're gonna be doing a rock quarry up in the mountains, way up there. And we're gonna install this thumb so that we can pick up boulders, load them in the truck, get them off the mountain and into someone's yard. All right, guys, the first thing we need to know is where our pinch point's gonna be. So I got the bucket fully curled. So you don't want to have your thumb welded down in here. You gotta start it at least up here. That way you don't pinch anything, bind anything. You gotta have it up here. But you gotta also have your geometry right so that your tips of your thumb are touching the tips of your bucket so it looks better and works better. All right, I got the arm all laid down flat so I can easily put the plate on here and get it welded. I need to clean up all this. It's a pretty hammered stick right now. I gotta clean it up and make it so I can get a good weld on there. I gotta do the same thing and clean up the plate on the thumb. That way I don't contaminate my welds. Alright guys, cleaned up the edge, got it ready for a good weld. Nothing really pretty about this. Like I said, I'm not a professional welder. Now we're gonna jump over here and do the arm. I'm gonna mark out where it's gonna be. That way I'm not grinding the entire arm. All right, cleaned up these spots where this plate's gonna go. Now the fun part is I gotta grab this with a skid steer and forks and try to get it on there. But I'm doing it all solo. Yeah, buddy. All right, guys, my plan is I gotta flip this over so the plate is down. So I'm gonna do that with the big machine and then go put it closer to the machine and figure out a jig for the skid and forks. All right, I got the thumb positioned how I want it. I just gotta figure out how to chain this up, get it so it's tight on the top, and that a way I can loosen it up at the bottom, and then slap it on there. All right, run into a couple issues. Thumb is going to touch the arm fully curled like this, so I'm not going to be able to get it to sit straight. It's way harder to do by yourself. I couldn't see what the heck I was doing, plus these skid steer controls are backwards from what I'm used to. So, but we got her in. I'll have to use a bottle jack or something to straighten her out and get her somewhat set, and then maybe do some tack welds and undo the chains. All right, guys, we got a thumb on there. It's pretty well centered. That was a lot harder than I thought to do alone. Would not recommend that. Might see some safety issues in the video, but we're pretty redneck out here, so got her done. Okay, my plan is to just do some welds, top and bottom, and get it set. But set good enough that I can hook up these hydraulic lines. I have a guy going to get fittings and a hose for it. Then I'm gonna extend it, put the bucket back on, and make sure all my geometry is correct, and then I'll 100% weld the whole thing. I can't stress this enough that I'm not a professional welder. Not a professional welder. But we're gonna hit it with the torch first, get it heated up, try to get some penetration. I think that's what you do. Let's see how it happens. All right, guys, I got it tacked on. I'm gonna do a time-lapse video of the welding process. Shouldn't be moving much anymore. Got some pretty hideous welds going on, but it's what I can do. All right, this is about as professional as unprofessional can get. I'm trying to do just a C and push your bead. If you drag your weld, it's kind of like a drag queen. If you go with them, you might be in a world of hurt because they don't get the penetration you want. Well. Not too shabby.
I'll weld out this top part, make it look pretty, and then...
All right, guys, moment of truth. Got it on. I still got to do a couple more passes on and really burn that in. But I'm going to put the bucket on and just make sure everything works, looks good. All right, I didn't have the hoses on as tight as I should have. Well, I didn't put them on either. But seems to be working all right. That ram isn't very variable. It seems like it's all or nothing, so I'm gonna have to adjust that in the computer. But for the most part, it is ready to rock. All right, thumbs on, it's working. Tighten the hoses. Got Daxton finishing up those last passes. And we're ready to rip, go up the mountains and start digging some rocks. Got this old hoe. She's ready to go too. It's go time. Thanks for coming to work with me today. Kind of a different video, but we got her done. We're ready to rock. There's gonna be more videos to come. The rock quarry is gonna be awesome this year. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.